Shalom, Akim. I'm gonna give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahushai Bashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS, and salutation to all the Akim in all four corners of the earth who's pushing this truth and sincerity. Shalom, Akim. I want to get into this. It says it's Portland, the state of Portland. I should say, city of Portland. You know, I've always heard weird things about that area over there. You know, this is northwest corner of the United States. It's this is where a lot of the serial killers from Esau's place comes from. You know, a lot of serial killers come from that area. It's a lot of weirdness going on in that area. Growing up, there was a movie that we used to love called The Ghoulies, and it showed you how, you know, just different towns and how they had underground towns and just different things. And you know, as time has went on, you know, this is we're in Babylon, and between Portland and Seattle, those two cities are like twins. And you know, Babylon is weird, and that's where you push your weirdest of the weirdest too. You know, they're within the last few years, last decade, I would say, our American government has closed down 1/3 of the mental institutions, health institutions, and so these people who need their meds and are sick in the head, schizophrenia, you know, the crazies, they're walking around and they don't know nowhere to go no more. So now the government said, well, we'll put them into retirement homes. They put them into these retirement homes. And so this is why a lot of times when you hear about these retirement homes where these people, old people getting raped, what the fuck? What old person is raping another old person? No, it's not them. It's these crazies that's coming in that's off these different drugs and meds. They're the ones taking advantage of the old people. So now some of these city leaders in these different cities like, man, get these crazies, put them on a bus, and they shipped them to they pulled them into Portland. I seen this news report about this happening, and I was like, wow. Ain't that something? I think they was coming from LA and they shipped them up to Portland. You know, something to that effect. It was something like that. But yeah, this is so this area over there is known for the weirdest of the weirdos. You know? But yeah, this that spot over there, you know, you have the this is where you had the trannies reading to the kids, one of the first spots. Matter of fact, I think even went farther. They put the kids on the trannies' laps and stuff, man. I've seen the pictures, man. You know, and the parents were in there. The parents was there. That was the crazy thing. That's the thing that upset me, was the parents were there and they were just smiling and looking around and doing it on their phones and tablets like everything's okay, man. So when we read about these serial killers and everything, you know, we find out where it came from. You nonchalant ass Edomites out there, man. This is Malachi 1:1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord, but yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. You know, so the Lord speaks plainly, man. He's not playing any games. He hates Esau, man. You know, and this puts me in the mindset, because I wish I could put the video up about just the people just going down through Oakland, just recording people, and you can see all these crazies just hanging out and just, you know, they're just nuts. Far beyond nuts. They're in their own reality. Some of them dressing up in comic book characters. Some of them half naked out there. Some of them just in the middle of the street just conducting their own world things, man. It's nuts. Malachi 1:4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. This saith the Lord of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever, man. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, you know, Esau has always tried to build up these places like this. You know, I forgot what happened over in Portland. Was it a earthquake, I want to say? And then a tsunami came in. It was something to that effect. Something happened over there. years ago. You know, uh, um, but yeah, the Lord is always smiting in different areas, man. And at the end of the day, you know, like I said earlier, this is a spot. If Babylon is already weird, this is a spot where they just push the weirdest of the weirdos to, man. Get them out of your city, just push them to Portland. That type of situation, man. But yeah, the Lord hates this place, man. So it doesn't matter how much He tries to build these places up, man. The Lord, He's gonna throw them down, man. You know. Um, yeah, they had that's Seattle. I get Seattle and Portland mixed up a lot, but because like I said, they're on the same frequency, that weird vibration. Um, yeah, this place, you know, this is a lawless place. This is a lawless land, and when you think about it, you know, those areas, you know, on the west, throughout the whole America, blood been shed. You know, Esau came through and was shed, was killing Gad off left and right, and at the end of toward the end, he had gathered Gad up and had called something called a Trail of Tears, you know, and had them walking barefoot through the element, man. You know, so Esau got a lot to pay for. But Portland, yeah, this was one of those spots. Like I said, they just keep dropping the weirdos off, and they don't have a plan. You know, Seattle and Portland, they had the movie. What was it called? Something Seattle. They had Benjamin 3000 in it, and it was a good movie. And it showed about how the lawlessness over there was. And remember, a few years ago, Seattle had the downtown Seattle. They set up their own little homeless standoff against the police. I almost forgot about that. And even though I was in Seattle, but like I'm saying, they're on the same frequency. Romans 4:15, because the law work of wrath, for where no law is, there is no transgression, man. And when you think about it, you know, these people are lawless over there, so there ain't no they ain't thinking about the Lord, man. They just on their own time over there, man. They are lawless over there, man. It's just, you know, and then on top of that, like I said earlier, they're into that trans stuff. They're into that animal. The whole LGBTQ plus lineup can start over in these areas over there, Portland and Seattle. You know, they cater to that stuff. The San Francisco's, Portland, Seattle's. You know, but the point is that those are very prideful areas. You know, those areas. Esau is flooded in there because it's very woodsy over there. It rains a lot, you know, and Esau's an outdoor man, so he's gonna fit right in with that Portland area. And then to come on with the weirdos and stuff and the serial killers, that's why Esau loves that area over there, man. He can't get enough of that area over there. This is Proverbs 6:16. These 6 things doeth the Lord hate, yea, 7 are an abomination to him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises with wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speak of lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren, man. So yeah, that wickedness and that proudness, you know what I'm saying? That's what Esau was all about at one point, man. And the Lord does not like that, man. And this is probably some of the judgment that comes upon that Portland area, man. You know. Because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, this judgment has to come to this place. You know, judgment by the Lord. You know, and he's going to put, you know, he's going to use, you know, his hopeful elect, you know, to do some work. But at the same time, he's going to put the spirit upon these people to tear this place up, man, from the inside out. You know, this is why the Civil War has got to happen. This is why a lot of the civil unrest has to happen, you know. So Portland, once again, is just one of those spots. And I just, like I said, I seen the video and just kept seeing it, just kept flashing in my mind. I'm like, man, what is going on with this Portland stuff? And like I said, I always remember that they're high into that LGBTQ plus stuff, you know, and just zoned out weirdos over there, man. You know, so they don't have any clue of what's going on, man. You know, as far as the people, and that's because they choose to. They just choose to be in their own little island, man. You know. But yeah, I just seen this and wanted to make a video upon this because, like I said, I just seen it and was thinking about how weird and odd it is over there, and then why does it come to that? And then it's Babylon. You can't put a point on why Babylon does the things it does, man. But yeah, with that being said, I was just edifying. Shalom, Akim.